Hey guys, this is Pete Peppers, and this is another gameplay preview for a new soft launch from King. This one's called Eden Harvest, and it is a sequel to Farm Heroes Saga. You probably hear the song in the background there and see the cropsies. So it's bound to be popular, and it's actually a lot of fun. So I'm going to jump right in and talk about some of the things that are new here. And show you what you can expect whenever it comes out in full release in the coming months. So you can see that we have collection orders. We don't have anything like a shovel that we can buy yet, or any rechargeable boosters like we're used to in the regular game. This one also can't be connected to Facebook yet, so it's definitely one of the early beta test versions. But the gameplay is similar. It's a match 3, and there's a couple cool features, one of which is the super cropsy. So you can see here that just like in Soda, we can match 4 in a square, and we get a super cropsy. And these are basically the same, except better, because the number here, like the 6, it actually stays on it. It says to match it to collect it. You can see that sometimes our collections are just for regular size ones, and sometimes they're for super cropsy. So we have to try to make a match so that we can collect this blue one. But you see how, like, when the numbers, this from playing the original game, that the numbers only last for one move, but on the super cropsies they stay there. So that's cool. So you can make them super cropsy with any color. The ones that are for collections stay, and then I'll do it with the carrots here so you can see. The ones that aren't, we'll pass that on. It'll pass on the extra, to the to one of the ones that we are trying to collect. So it spreads out that way. So we'll set this up, and now we can collect our super cropsy on this one. And one thing to note while we're looking at this level is that you can see that the gravity is normal, just like a regular match 3 where it drops. On some levels, it's going to be a little bit different, and we'll look at one of those next. And everything else is pretty easy to understand so far. I like the gameplay. I like the original one, and I think this one has all the same things that I liked about the first one, and some new features too. So that's cool. This is Showtime. This is what they call hero mode in this one. So we get to collect a couple extra points before we run out. It basically, if you have a lot of moves left, it drops you down to like 3, I think is the standard, and then it grows some of the crops on the board so that you can get some bigger collections. So that's level 2. It's real simple. You get to see the super cropsy there. And now we'll move on, and I'll show you a couple other things. The biggest change that I've noticed so far is this level. You can see has these leaves blown across. This is a windy level. And if you've ever played on Royal Games and you played a game like, I guess Stitcheroo was like this, and the one I remember the most was Release the Creeps. When you make matches, the crops move in the direction of the match, right? So it says it's really windy on this level, and it shows us to make this match, and then watch what happens. See how they move in the direction of the match? So it says wind pushes cropsies in the direction of your swipe. So we're going to move this purple one to the left, and you'll see that the board doesn't have the regular gravity. It doesn't drop. Instead, it actually moves everything in that direction. So it makes it like a 4-way directional. Now, I think this is cool. It takes a little bit of time to get used to, but the one major thing that I noticed when I was playing through all the levels yesterday was that you have to pay attention in the beginning before you start a level, because when you play one that has wind, then the next one, if it's regular, like it takes a second to adjust to the way things are moving around. So other than that, I think this is an awesome feature. It is, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get it down, it's really simple. It just, it's just, I think what makes it, gives it the learning curve is that, you're used to playing pretty much every game that's a match 3 is the same, and this is slightly different. So just pay attention to which way they move after each match, and then, you won't have too much trouble. I'm going to go ahead and try to finish this because I don't think there is a quit. Oh, there is a quit button. So I'm going to go ahead and quit this since we got an idea of that. And I'm going to show you one more thing to wrap this up. And that is this is another feature that's on windy levels. And you see we have to collect this nut right here. It's a squirrel where we have to slide the nut to the squirrel. So it says use wind to move the acorn to the squirrel. So if I make a match here with the blue, that'll move him that way. If I make a match with the yellow here, that'll move that way, and so on and so forth. So once we get them close enough together, it'll get collected, and you can still move everything all the different ways to set it up for yourself. One of the things that I thought about with this is that, I know in the higher levels in the original Farm Heroes, there's a lot of these kind of features where you have to move things around. I just think in general it's a little bit easier on this with the wind because you know which direction it's going to move. And let's see if I can get it over there. I was talking to you guys and not really paying that much attention, so I guess I'm going to have to step it up here. You can see he doesn't move unless we make a match that's directly going to move the things around him. So like here we don't really have one. So we'll just move things down and see if we can get something moved into place. It's not looking good right now, is it? So we can move those off. So we'll give this another shot real quick. It's not that difficult, I just have to pay attention. Alright, so we're going to move the squirrel to the nut, and here we go. Alright, so there we go. Now, we can't, if we move this, you'll see it'll move it through, so that won't move it over. That moves everything over instead. So, you just have to think before you act. So move him up. Move the nut back that direction, and now we can collect it by sliding him right over there. So yeah, it's cool. I think it's a neat feature. It gets more complicated later, for sure. You kind of have to move them around objects and different things. So it's pretty neat. Otherwise, there's a lot of the same stuff. There's flowers, water buckets, all the stuff that you're used to from the regular game. So it's pretty cool. I think it's a fun one. I think people will really like it. Farm Heroes is so popular, and they've done such a good job, I think, with the other sequel games to improve things that this is exactly the same in that thing. They do have coins here that I guess are like magic beans, but that's not implicated yet. You can see I have 7,000 of them. I don't know. There's nothing to spend them on yet. Rancid is a little bit different. I'm not going to go into that now because that would make the video longer, but it's not like defeat the Rancid levels like they used to be. You can get a bonus for beating him on levels where he is, and he kind of moves around, I think, a little bit. But you don't have to defeat him to get past those levels like he used to. So check it out. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Make sure you like the video, share it, subscribe to my channel to get more info on this. I'll put a link at the top to the new Rescue Clicker gameplay that I made yesterday. That is another new game and that's in the Pet Rescue Saga series that's out. I'm sure you've already seen the Jelly Saga. It's in, you can go to my channel and see that. We have all the levels for that. And we'll be making new videos all the time, so see you soon.